we haven't gone over both instances of the folklore, right? The fairy tale, the modern one and the old one.
I think over the course of this, you guys definitely could have gone through it.
Okay.
Casper would have told you the tale of this man who is. I'm done. I can do it as Caspian. As you guys are talking about this, or ruminating on, what could this be?
The older tale remarks upon a man in a small town who hears singing, a woman singing that entrances him and guides him into the woods. He visits once and twice, going a bit deeper every time, until one day he finally packs up and sets out. He says goodbye to his closest friends in his village. The little trumpet boy whom he shared a taste of music with. The dancer that was almost his lover. And then his friend, huntsman and hound. He says goodbye to them, chasing a woman's song. He enters into the woods, loses his way. Whereupon he encounters a runaway. Someone leaving their service. That is your tale. Yes.
It does not take an insight check that Vital gives the term deserter a particular venomous disdain.
He does not bury the runaway, but does not help either. But the runaway says that they will cross paths again. He goes deeper still and encounters a broker.
Like a trader?
No. A trader deals in goods. A broker deals in contact. And the contact that the broker gives him is that of the apostates, a hedge mage in the woods. The apostate had heard the song as well, but ignored it, but did tell the man how to get there. He need only visit his mentor, their crone. Precisely. The crone, seemingly eager to forward this man to his mystical end, opens up the pathway to another type of woods. The beyond.
Oh.
Exactly. There the world becomes more weird, twisted.
He looks at you, Caradog.
Colorless. There he meets a man made of hay, ready to burn himself. A wicker man who welcomes him into the beyond. But when pressed too hard by the man to find the source of this song, lights himself afire and throws him, tosses him, fights him away, leaving burns upon him. Soot. The man, taking leave of the wicker man, goes deeper still and encounters the mouser. A person with the head of a cat that speaks to him, welcomes him into the beyond, but tells him to watch his step. A warden of these weird woods. The man continues still, undaunted, so close yet so far from the singing. He encounters an old man by the river, the trawler, who is seemingly apathetic, eerily so. But he is aware and warns the man, tells him to take his leave while he has the sliver of a chance. But the man ignores him, and the trawler accepts his ignorance and sends the man towards the singing. Whereat he sees this ivory doll, but not one the size of a child's toy. Or rather, perhaps, he sees many that are the size of children's toys, but one main idol, the puppet master of all of them, the emissary of the Witch Queen. She greets him and bids him forward and takes him to the Witch Queen. That is the end of the tale. A man lost to the woods, chasing a song that no one else hears. A hex upon him. And this tale is old, as I said.
So, if we wanted to follow in his footsteps, we would need to discover where his hometown was.
That this
My Discord is shitting itself. Like I just saw it almost crash just now. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Like not like the server crash, like the app crash.
Mm.
That was like halfway to a blue screen of death. That was weird.
Mm.
Anyways,
this tale is old. Back before Elonia. It is one from where we hail our progeny. From Durlahan itself. That's how old it is.
Speaking of songs, is it known why he demanded the songbird? Looks at Aurelia, glances at Eva.
Beam up, Rook.
Gotcha.
Disconnect. That I can only speculate. Perhaps he is looking for that woman's song still. Perhaps he is doing the Witch Queen's bidding, terrorizing Elonia. I do not know. No or not. We will still contest it. Right. Right. What of the other tale?
actually, Alec, you had a question or a comment? Question mark before while I was crashing my fucking shit.
Yes. Falk had said. At the beginning, you mentioned that he started his journey in his hometown. Could we find where that is? Maybe if we follow in his footsteps, we can find these accomplices of his.
For maybe the first time, aside from seeing Aurelia initially, you see Caspian smile.
You share a like mind as one of my sisters. She had a similar thought, and is enacting that investigation now. Oh. He looks to Aurelia, and she gives her apologies for shooting at you.
Aurelia just sort of smirks at that, like, uh-huh. Apology accepted, as long as she is true to her word in this pursuit.
That remains to be seen, but I have faith. On the other legend, the modern tale of it, The first half we do not believe to be true, this tale of a man overcome with anguish at his lost raven friend. For we know the origins of Deathwing. But the latter half of a man with deathly premonition, where he found blades unworthy, and rather flowers to be the answer, that is true. For we have those relics, and they were used once in the past. When Deathwing was last dealt with, that is correct.
What manner of demands did he make that time, if any?
The same. He demanded a woman's sacrifice, a woman with a lustrous voice. Though, as far as I've read the records,
He looks to Aurelia.
she did not sing like you did.
Do you mean she did not sing well, or she did not sing with divine favor?
The latter.
Was she admired?
Yes.
Jealousy and envy.
What if Aubrey thinks she looks to Caspian? Nightshade Knight, you said that evil can't create, it can only corrupt.
I did.
What if that's what they're trying to do? Find the vessel.
Conjecture. But I would not discount it.
But why a singer? Is the Witch Queen known for that?
According to reports, those that gleamed her kingdom did report to singing.
Now that you mention it, there was a song. Oh, something like. I'd forgotten.
So, what is this then? The Witch Queen is looking for a vessel of Elon. Something to come back with, through, echo.
A backdoor to a tower.
Mm.
And she sent her little bird to fetch her one. Look to Aurelia.
She has a dour look on her face, like, I don't like being referred to as a noun in this situation.
A noun is a person, place, or thing, so.
Yeah.
That would be true to Deathwing's origins. He covets the song.
Songbird for blackbird. Makes me sick to my stomach just thinking about.
Eva looks at you when you say Blackbird.
No, not that one.
Pogs.
And everyone's like, what one?
She looks at the
we
camera.
want-
Pogs points at me from behind her. Sorry, what was that, Garth?
I was gonna ask, like, do we want to try and sing around the different objects and see if they have a reaction to that, or would that be a bad idea? Because we have blood and a feather, at least for Deathwing, so maybe they'll react to song.
That's your guys' call.
If anything, I would say maybe
I vote for
Eva
it.
instead.
It's not a bad idea. Why not both?
A duet.
¿Por qué no los dos?
The only concern
Sure.
of Lady Aurelia singing is its might react violently as the target of his rolls his hand desire.
I can keep it safe. Aurelia looks over her shoulder at Mercer. I thought you said you were still calibrating it. The calibration's never finished, Aurelia. That's the point.
Calibrating it?
I'm in the middle of some calibrations right now.
Exactly.
Calibrations.
Calibrations.
It's good enough for this. She begins humming. Actually, you guys want Eva, her and Eva to do it?
Yeah, sure, fuck it, siblings.
Sister bond.
Together and then separate?
Sure.
Yes.
When Eva does it initially, nothing happens.
Okay.
When Aurelia begins doing it, it does begin responding. The net does nothing. The net is
Dead.
the trawlers, not Deathwings. So the net is a net.
Yeah.
The troll. The troll is a troll.
Roll.
The blood and the feather, on the other hand, you see the blood begin becoming brighter
Oh.
to the point where it becomes normal looking. The feather, I don't know how to say this, like shivers, it ruffles, it. I don't know how to say it,
Buzzes.
like yeah, like it's like
It's getting a lot of, like, notifications suddenly.
yeah,
Tremble, quivers.
trembles, yeah.
Turn on vibrate mode.
Like sort of like how like owls will like try to like puff up their faces to look bigger against predators. Like something like that, right? Like it stands like wider and on end.
It trembles, it moans, it goes.
No.
Damn, the feather does that?
Damn.
The rest of
That
the mouth. How does it do that? How would do you?
Some mouth, but it must.
No, I'm not. But so yeah,
Sounds
so they
gross.
do react to Aurelia, but she did not do a song. She does like 3 notes of humming.
Hmm.
Just cats.
And even then,
Yeah.
it just.
You guys hear Vital scoff under his visor because Vital's been like full deck, like closed helmet this entire time. You guys hear him scoff as Aurelia stops. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
That's beautiful. Did you come up with that yourself?
I'm wondering if it's how it was determined. You said the last time the woman did not have celestial singing about her. This time she does. Perhaps she was the fairest at the time.
Huh.
And you're saying Aurelia is the fairest of this time? I'm not saying that. But the magic mirror might. What is his story on magic mirrors? Well, the Elonians just sort of shrug, like, it shows up in a lot of different fairy tales. Like, kind of like, you can think of, like, probably, like, 6 that involve a magic mirror. Some people use it to
Yeah.
scry their loved ones. Others are villains, like, fucking what Vital's implicating. Like, mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, that sort of stuff. It's like, it shows up in a lot of Elonian stories. So, what do we do with all this information? We know it reacts to Lady Aurelia. We might have. He gestures at you, Falk. A lead on where to begin our pursuit on the accomplices.
Depending on where Sir Caspian's sister, as he calls her, depending on whether or not she can find where this village, this hometown, if it still exists, is. I'm wondering if we can't use Lady Aurelia's voice to lure Deathwing to us when we're ready.
Potentially.
Would be a concert for the ages.
What about the bell?
The 13th bell, heralding the beginning of the witching hour.
It came from somewhere. A place. We could source it.
How?
Maybe. We do use Lady Aurelia's bait. You look, sir? No offense. None taken. If Deathwing shows up to collect her, that bell will probably ring again. So you're suggesting we echolocate every time Deathwing shows up? Basically. I can tell you this for a fact right now. It came from the north. Same direction Deathwing flew off in.
That's where the troll is from.
Then perhaps, before we do any ambushing, we move north. I don't mean to sound dour about that, but we are on one of the southernmost points of Eulonia. Near all of Eulonia is north of here.
Well, then we can have people go north and fan out in different directions.
But we only got one Aurelia to do the baiting with.
Is that what we're trying to do? Bait along the whole way there to find out where the bell is?
Is that you asking as Nina, or are you asking as...
That's me as need not, because I think I misunderstood.
You guys
I
call?
thought that
If you guys are trying to bait Deathwing into showing up to a final conclusion, you guys better have those flowers. That's going to be a really fast conclusion.
Exactly.
And it is going to be all of you guys versus a Deathwing and all of his accomplices.
Nope.
That are alive.
No.
Yeah, that is not the plan.
You guys only have 10 flowers, remember that.
Hmm.
If we find them all.
If you find them all.
Well, we've got 2 already, so we have to find 8.
Right, 2 are lost to time, 6 are realms unknown.
We have a week or less or more amount of time to figure out where they are.
And technically we have an infinite amount of time for as long as Eulonia has townships.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
There's also the occult calculus of war, to borrow some from Mr. Calibrations over there. Whatever town Deathwing strikes first might be the closest to their home base.
Good. Could use that as a basis point. Oh, shoot. Oh, I thought...
Yeah, it was getting sketchy.
Yeah, well, everything just went quiet. I thought Jet Set Radio died, and then I said, no! And then I didn't see my icon light up, and I was like, oh, it's not bot, it's me. I'm the one with tech issues right now.
Who's holding the feather right now?
It's probably just on the table, right?
Yeah. Ripped
Okay.
it from Cat and put it back down.
Caradoc reaches for the feather.
You have custody of the feather.
Tries squeezing it.
Swallows
It hardens.
Just like a little shocking grasp into it.
It does. Hmm.
Does it?
It's still hardened. It's still hardened. You feel your shocking grasp transfer through it though, and it does not reflect back to you, but like the circuit closes and you feel it, which is more than all the other knights can say for their magic, which just washed off as if it was water.
That's curious.
What?
The magic I just did. It connected.
What do you mean it connected?
I put some electricity into it. It pulsed through it. I felt
Yeah,
it ping back.
I saw it. You're affecting it. Not to the same magnitude as you slapping anyone else here, but affected it nonetheless.
But how is that possible? I'm Eulonian.
You said you've been to the Ivory Tower, did you not?
Slowly nods.
He frowns, and all the knight prospects look at him.
Caspian, what are you implying? For one reason or another, Caradoc once has seen you are only partially a citizen of Eulonia. Elsewise, you are a citizen under the Witch Queen.
Immediately
And-
puts the feather down.
And so you're not a son of Delahan.
But you are partially.
Thank you, Aubrey. Aw.
Partially.
You can use that to your advantage.
You're right. Gets like a hard look on his face. Digs his feet in, so to speak. That's what it takes.
Is this a Caradoc trait or a Movsesian trait?
Have any other members of your family heard the Witch Queen song? Been to the Ivory Tower?
Not that I know of. Takes out the book. The journal. There might be answers though.
A legacy book.
Nods.
What do you ask it?
I'm having a hard time deciding as Fred, so I think Caradoc is equally conflicted. What should I ask?
What
Eh.
can you ask?
Yeah, I'm with Emmerich on this, bruv. I don't know how your magic book be working.
You keep it simple and just ask
I-
how you are related to the Witch Queen.
I'm not sure I want to know that.
Cousins, once removed.
You're her son, oh my god!
So, there is a lot of different questions then.
You could ask it if your family is related.
Two.
Yeah. We're all related to the Clover King in some indirect way. Perhaps you might share such with the Witch Queen.
Cringes at that, like, oh.
Worry not, Caradoc, a family Montessian. We are not all blood related after all. We are all kin in that we share his light.
I want to say something, but I'm worried I might be executed for it.
Vital looks at you like an eyebrow quirked under his visor.
By you?
What the hell are you gonna
face.
say?
This ought to be good.
Vital she elbows him and your elbow against his breastplate. Ow!
Sorry, I have uncanny dodge now. Forgive me if this is incorrect, but Caradoc is still partially a son of Durlahan, yeah? But also partially a son of the Witch Queen. If that is what's happening here. Judgment comes to the book.
Oh.
Not son in a related sense, but son as in denizen, yes. If we attribute her to be similar to a Newman, then yes.
Well, normally that would indicate some sort of union between the two, yeah.
They look at you, like waiting for you to continue.
Well, the Clover King is married to the what is it, Hunter Queen? Hunter
Queen.
The Hunter Queen. But is it out of the realm of possibility that he had a similar with the Witch Queen, if it is lost to time?
That's some Habsburgian shit right there.
I'm just gonna roll 2d20s. One is left, two is right.
Yep.
Those are certainly some high rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't Kenny Dodge, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So the one on the left is for Caspian, the one on the right is for Vital, and Eva still reborns Caspian.
And you got it too.
You infuriate Caspian. You have no idea what you're saying. Okay, Vital like grabs him, like holds it back. How dare you! How dare you! Caspian, he doesn't know. He's like, no, he gets in the way. He doesn't know. You hear Taos like scoff under his mask, like,
That's not true. It's not.
Caspian, he doesn't know. It's okay. He like just sort of slumps in Vital's grasp at that, like, it's not okay, but fine. To your question, Emmerich, one does not need union to become the queen. And as far as I'm understanding the story, the Witch Queen is queen because she's queen of an empty kingdom, not by matrimony to our clever king. The example, as my understanding, she gestured at Mercer. He tilts his head like, yeah. Your own country has an emperor, no? Does that mean there was an empress automatically?
Presumably not.
Then it is the same way for this infamous Witch Queen. She is a ruler without spouse.
Right, but forgive me. He gestures towards Caspian. Just because they are not wed does not mean they cannot produce.
Brother.
Vital has to hold him back.
I feel at some point Vital's gonna be like, nah, fuck it, he deserves this one.
Mercer looks at you. I'm not sure what you're trying to get at here.
I'm just
We're not
postulating proper.
Eulonians aren't directly related to the Clover King. There's a lot of Eulonians that don't have a drop of blood related to Durlahan.
Correct. That would be problematic if that was the case. I don't misunderstand. We Sviarians have a similar relation to our Empyrean Emperor. I'm just putting forth theories as to Caradoc's relation.
Again, I'm not getting what you're implicating.
So he's partially a son of Durlahan, quote unquote son
Yes.
of Durlahan, but he also has some relation to
The Witch Queen.
Witch Queen.
Right, because he's seen both sides of Eulonia.
I see.
Yeah, there's no relation. The family Montessi isn't related to any royalty. They're not nobility. So
I understand that.
Yeah.
There's no blood relation happening here. But if one can be a figurative son of Durlahan, Falk is wondering if one could be a figurative son of the Witch Queen.
Yeah. That's why he's saying Caradoc is. He is technically both. He's in this. That's why he's able to actually do anything.
Right.
But that in turn doesn't mean that the king needs to get with the Witch Queen.
Which again would not be a literal getting with, because
No, there's no spiritual infusion here to be had.
Right, and that was Falk's hiccup.
So that conversation finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So what actually is the plan here? I'm not a fan of waiting a week. And we're not going to let a town fall. To offer eyes of certain people here. We're not going to let a town fall to get answers.
Right.
So he looks to Caspian. Your sister's investigation's north. Yes. Did you end up asking anything of the book?
I have formulated a question in my mind, and I think as this is going on, Caradoc opens the book, and then Celestial says out loud, "Why am I only a partial son of Durlahan?"
Would the book know that circumstance? I think it does. Okay. Woo. It would pen back to you by your own hand.
And it clicks into place. Fuck. The curse.
The curse. Yes.
Yeah, I figured it was that. Ugh.
Caradoc, you look perturbed. What answer have you garnered?
In a very sort of emotionless voice, he responds, "By my own hand."
Frowns.
I prayed to my Newman a while back, to Jarvis, and he told me that my soul is wounded and that I had done this to myself. There's much I do not remember. that truth has gradually come to light as I travel the Pathfinders. There is some memory I still have access to. I did something to myself.
You rejected the Clover King and the rest of the Holy Altar of Reef.
Like ghostly pale.
Vital shakes his head in disappointment. Not even anger, just outright disappointment, like, you dumb motherfucker, sort of shake of his head. So? So? You now have something to sit with. To
Mhm.
ponder.
To sleep on, one might say.
Indeed.
As I go
I
to
did
bed.
Yeah, I did see the time.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
So-
Okay, this is interesting.
You gave up one row to pick up a different one that was willing to help. Smile.
Oh my.
Oh, you poor boy.
Oh, you poor boy. You poor Bassard.
He's
Yeah.
still able to act freely when the time stop happened.
For now.
For the full time as well.
Hmm.
Makes you wonder where the Royal Time Keeper gets her time powers from.
Oh!
No!
Bum, bum,
No comment.
Rash!
I have no comment.
I was just about to say too that I don't know what I was gonna say.
No say.
Wow.
Don't
I was
speak.
going to say like both halves of his not quite ancestry, but you know what I mean. Are interacting with the time stop. But then
Oh. Was the Deathwing able to work during that time too?
He was not.
He wasn't. He was.
yeah, he's a little
That was
puppet.
not. Yeah.
He's a little bitch puppet. You don't.
Okay.
Little
Bitch boy.
I
What are we gonna name session?
don't know.
Meet me in the
Something like
garden.
Legend of Yore or something like that.
Legend of
Ooh.
Yore.
Lost.
But
Door.
but you guys also planned what to do going forward. So maybe like past and future.
I like that.
Witching hour cometh. No, that's definitely like if we have a session before like the big boss fight. Actually, hold on.
Yeah, if we have like knowledge that it's
Yeah,
that it's coming.
Oh shit's on.
Why is
The
it-
Witching Hour would be a perfect session title for that.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, passing futures.
Past and future.
Future's
Singulars.
past.
Singular.
Singular.
Past and future.
Yeah.
Is it passing?
And this also, because of where we ended, gives us time throughout the week to think about, hey, do we want to talk to any of the like cool night people?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys will have the opportunity to do that. Tingo, let go. Oh, he's hooked onto my pants. But yeah, I am curious as to what your guys' plan is.
Hmm.
Tango, stop! He's
on a
pulling
like
my pants.
on a super shallow, like superficial level, the mission statement is find the 12 bastards and kill them.
Find the
Take
bastards.
back
Collect the
find
roses along the way. Or not roses, the not
oleander leaves.
flowers.
Oleander.
Yeah, they're like little micro flowers.
The details are where do we start?
Yeah, and how do we go about that? We have a clue as to where the trawl is. Northern Eulonia, at the very far north.
So I
Or-
mean that's a good place as any to send
At least where you
people
would.
out to while we're gathering information.
Yeah.
Because definitely we're gonna have to make things happen at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Mm.
Don't.
Mm.
You liar. You liar.
Why
you.
is it an
You.
ivory
mhm.
door? It's gotta be-
Somehow I hate
There's
that
some
more.
symbolism.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So-
Well, speaking of things you'll hate more,